Take my hand, precious Lord, and lead me on, precious Lord. Take my hand, lead me on, let me stand. I am tired, I am weak, and I am worn through the storm, through the night. Lead me on through the night. Take my hand, precious Lord, and lead me on.
If you feel like dancing, stand up in your chair and dance. All right, just stand up and dance.
Good, that's good, that's good. And it's gonna be on YouTube. That's a better one, okay?
You gotta get me Patty.
Okay, okay.
You gotta do it. All right, that's it, Miss Patty. Anytime, bring it down, Miss Patty. Woo! All right.
Years ago, a great American, one in whose symbolic shadows we stand in today, signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon light of hope for the million of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of their captivity. But 100 years later, the Negro is still not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, The Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty in the midst of a vast ocean of material prosperity. 100 years later, the Negro still languishes in the corners of America's society, and he finds himself in exile in his own land. So we have come here today to dramatize a shameful condition. In a sense, we have come to our nation's capital to cash a check. When the architects of our republic wrote the magnificent words of our Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, they were signing a promissory note in which every American was to fall heir. This note was a promise that all men, yes, black men as well as white men, were guaranteed the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But it is obvious today that America has defaulted on this promissory note insofar as her citizens of color are concerned. Instead of honoring this sacred obligation, America has given the Negro people a bad check, a check which has come back marked insufficient funds. But we refuse to believe that the Bank of Justice is bankrupt. We refuse to believe that there are insufficient funds in the great vaults of opportunities of this nation. So we have come here today to cash this check. A check which will give upon demand the riches of freedom and the security of justice. We have also come to this hallowed spot today to remind America of the fierce urgency of now. This is no time to engage in the luxury of cooling off, or to take the tranquilizing drug of gradualism. Now's the time to make real the promises of democracy. Now's the time to rise out of the dark and desolate valley of segregation onto the sunlit path of racial justice. Now's the time to lift this nation out of the quicksand of racial injustice onto the solid rock of brotherhood. Now's the time to make justice a reality for all God's children. And it would be fatal if this nation was to overlook the urgency of the moment. This sweltering summer of the Negro's legitimate discontentment will not pass until there is an invigorating autumn of freedom and equality. 1963 is not an end, but a beginning. For those, so I say unto you today, my friends, even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day even the state of Mississippi, a state that is sweltering in the heat of injustice, sweltering in the heat of oppression, will one day be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day down in Alabama, with this vicious racist, with this governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification. Right there in Alabama, little black boys and little black girls would join hands with little white boys and little white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted. Every hill and mountain will be made low. The rough places be made plain, the crooked places be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is the faith that I go back to the South with. It is with this faith that we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. It is with this faith that we'll be able to transform the jangling discards of this nation into a beautiful sympathy of brotherhood. It is with this faith that we'll be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that one day we'll be free. This will be the day when all God's children will be able to sing with new meaning, my country tis thee. Sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my father died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside, let freedom reign. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. So let freedom reign from the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire. Let freedom reign from the mighty mountains of New York. Let freedom reign from the hiking Alleghenies of Pennsylvania. Let freedom reign from the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only there, let freedom reign from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom reign from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom reign from every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside. Let freedom reign. And when we do this, when we allow freedom to reign, when we let it rain from every village and from every hamlet, from every state and from every city, then will we speed up that day when all God's children, yes, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, thank God Almighty, we're free at last.
Wow, that was impressive, exciting. From 1963 to that cold Chicago night when a family, black American family, came out as the next president-elect, family-elect president of the United States, when Barack Obama came out. He would have been proud. Martin Luther King would have been proud to see that day. And a lot of us said that at that time. I don't know about you, but I got chills listening to him, and it was ironic that everybody was clapping just as Martin Luther King finished his speech. Everybody got to that point where it was right. Oh, that sounds too like a preacher. Watch that. All right, let me stay on the script here. All right, Zumba dancers. Right, from Braggers Village, they're dressed in purple.
Everybody fire.